What is going on, guys? This is EK1 Gaming here, and today's video, well, yeah, you've read the title, you've seen the thumbnail. This is my honest review or honest opinion of Outriders, the demo. Now, I have to highlight that this is the demo. This is not my full opinion on the actual release of Outriders because we don't know what's going to change up until then. Now, before we get into the video, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the little notification bell for more videos on Outriders, Division, Destiny, Call of Duty, everything you can think of. So, with that said, let's get straight into it. So, let's start right at the beginning. What was the launch like for the demo? How was it taken upon by the community? And what were my thoughts on how they handled the situations? Now, of course, a lot of people had issues when it came to downloading or when it came to getting kicked off the servers. Now, this is something that I expected. I kind of didn't even expect to be able to download the game as quick as I did. Just to showboat a little bit, we downloaded the game on PC in 3 minutes while we were live streaming. Now, the download went smoothly, the game started up straight away. However, there were some connection issues, of course, with the servers, but this is due to the bottlenecking because so many people were trying to get on the servers at the same time. So this, as I say, was something I expected. On top of that, the PlayStation Store and Xbox Store had issues where there was no download available for PS4 or Xbox, and basically they couldn't get the game actually to download at all, which kind of isn't Outriders' fault in my opinion, unless it is literally down to them, but I'd imagine that's something to do with those stores because PC seemed to work flawlessly with finding the download and actually being able to download it. So for me personally, that was not in their hands, but I do want to point out at this moment, I am very impressed, even though we did have connectivity issues and even though there was a lot of people that couldn't get on. In my personal opinion, their communication with the community was literally outstanding. Like, it's the best communication I have ever seen on a game launch or a demo launch ever. They literally put out tweet after tweet saying, hey, we're going to fix it. We're going to up the server's capacity. We're going to do this. We're doing that for you guys. Here's some links if you need this. Or if you want to do that, make sure you go here. They literally was on the ball. And that to me showed a great dev team or a great studio which actually cares about their game and their consumers, which you don't see very often anymore. So for that reason, I'm pretty confident that they will make changes from this demo. Now, bear in mind, they did say this was a demo and not a beta. However, here's a little downer. I believe this is more of a beta than a demo. Simply for the fact is they've left things out of the demo, which are like graphical settings and stuff like that, which we'll hit on a little bit later. They're wanting feedback from people. Of course, they're going to want feedback. But it does feel like kind of beta stage, and some of the cutscenes, you know, they're not in sync. Some of them repeat themselves over and over again. So it wasn't really put out in a ready to launch manner, in my opinion. However, that doesn't stop the game from being absolutely amazing. And we're going to go through some other things that I'd like to see improved, and some things that they've actually recognized already from feedback, and they are implementing or they've got an answer for the issues. And one of those issues I brought up straight away on Twitter was the motion blur. Now, we can't turn that off in the menu on PC or console. However, it does make you feel kind of sick when the character is sprinting or even in the cutscenes when it's very shaky. I was starting to get headaches and feel a little bit ill. Now, that might just be me. Some people love to play with motion blur, but I'd like the option to be able to turn it off. But I tweeted it out, and guess what? They already said they was going to add it into the actual full game. It's already there. Don't worry about it. It's just a demo that doesn't have access to that. To me, again, shows more forward thinking from the devs and from the game studios itself. On top of that, they also mentioned the 30 frames per second cutscenes, and we just mentioned that a second ago. You know, they're out of sync. They're not good cutscenes at all by any means. I was playing it on a 4K 60 frames monitor, which is not the highest. When I played it on PC, I played it on a 1080 165 Hz monitor, and it drops all the way down to 30 frames per second for each cutscene. So the cutscenes have got a lot of work to be done on them. I'd like to see them all again in high quality, you know, higher frames, because it just didn't look the same. I don't know. I think it might just be me, and I might just be seeing that 30 number in the corner and kind of thinking, oh man, I wish it was better. But they have addressed that as well on top of the motion blur. So sticking to the graphical settings, another thing that bugged me is now I've played it on PC and PlayStation 5, I noticed that on console there's no field of view adaptation, meaning you can't change the field of view on PlayStation or any console. Whereas on PC, you can up that field of view to make your, field of view wider, so you can see things like a little bit more around, however things seem further away from you. I'd like to have seen that on console. Most games now have that on console, Division, Apex, everyone pretty much has that option. I hope that is going to be coming in the full game as well. Now getting into kind of the nitty gritty, and don't get me wrong, this video is not me saying this game's bad. In fact, I am going to buy the full game because I do love the gameplay, I love the story behind it, and, mostly I actually really appreciate and respect the developers and the company behind this, the way they are handling the situations right now. So with that being said, there are still some things that I would like to see changed. And of course, I'm going to tell you guys, you're probably having the same issues. I noticed when I was playing on PS5, when I'm aiming down sight, the kind of analog sticks do their own thing. Like, you spin the analog stick a little bit, and before you know it, you're in the air, you're around the corner, and it's all going crazy. It goes really fast, like it's boosting the analog sticks at a certain stage. I don't know if that's just PlayStation 5 or Xbox people are having this issue as well. Let me know in the comment section below if you're having this problem. But I have seen a few people mention the aiming down sight and the whole shooting aspect of the game. It doesn't feel right. It feels kind of clunky. It doesn't feel natural. And there's some very random movements when you're trying to aim. Now, alongside that, the cover to cover is very, temperamental. Sometimes it just randomly puts me out of cover. Sometimes it doesn't even want to put me into cover when it's actual cover in front of me. Now, other times, if you're trying to do a cover to cover move, he just does it very clunkily and then just stands next to the cover. It's something that they're going to have to look at. I'm pretty sure they're aware of it already. Hopefully, they'll see this video as well. I will send it to them. I don't know if they're going to watch this and expect feedback for it, but I'm definitely going to be reporting what I've found. Now, with all that being said, if I can only give my honest review and opinion on this, I would say go ahead and buy it. I do think it's a great game. I think it's got a lot of potential. I do like the fact of no microtransactions. I like the crossplay impact of it. I like the story behind it. Yes, there are some tweaks that need to be done, but like I say, I will 100% be following this game, covering this game on the channel. Not only this game, but I will be covering other games as well, like The Division still, because you gotta think this is not a comparison to Destiny or Division. It's nothing like those games. Yes, it's a looter shooter, and yes, the inventory is going to look the same, but most looter shooters look the same anyway. This is not something you can say, oh, Division is better or Destiny is better. It's a simple thing. It's a total different game. I like the whole aspect of the game. I know a few people I've spoke to said maybe they don't like it, which is fine, but my honest review, I've just given it you. I'd like to see those changes. That would make it pretty much perfect for me. Hopefully the devs carry on doing their great work and keep communicating with the community. And it's good to see that they're actually engaging with other content creators as well with their ambassador program. So guys, let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are of Outriders demo. Hit me up with your PSN or your Steam Addy, and I'll add you guys and we can play some co-op as well. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.